All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol Nndm, Nano Dimensions. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So, Nano Dimensions has been in a bearish run. It had hit new lows yesterday, and from that point forward, it had actually started to rise. So after hitting those lows here of about $3, it started to rise, which was the lowest point in this bearish run. We were using it as a point of reference. And then the second lowest point was up here at 303. And yesterday I had stated that this was looking like it was a little bit curved, and that if the bulls didn't load up on stocks or reappear, this was actually going to probably head back down in this direction. Now, instead, as I was speaking in the video, and you could see it, it actually went up. It was kind of curved like that, and then this candlestick appeared. Now, after that candlestick appearing, you could see that there was an opportunity for the bulls to break through resistance and get up, and yes, it did. They continued to hit newer highs, and they worked all the way up to 335, to the point that here it is now leveled off, and we're above the resistance. And there's some important things to keep in mind now based off of this chart. So right now we're below the 50-day moving average still. Super important to keep that in mind. The 50-day moving average is up here and we're down here. There's still some momentum for the bulls to do. Now, the bulls were expecting to probably continue to work their way up in this direction until the bears stopped them, and this just leveled off in a sideways movement. So we need to see here what is important for tomorrow and what to keep in mind. So this support level of $3, super important. That's the lowest point reached in this run, and it's one of the most important support levels right now. Highest point was $6. We're right now at 50% of the highest point, and we're slightly above that now at 322, but $3 is super important to keep in mind. Our resistance level has slightly changed. It's the highest point reached in the day, and we're going to look at it closely. And the bulls need to break through this so they can continue to work their way up to newer highs. And our support is one of the lowest bearish candlesticks of the day. Obviously, in the same time frame that it hit the highest point, it hit the lowest point of the day, which was down here at 315. But we're going to look at this based off of the lowest bearish candlestick. Now, this sideways movement is due to the fact of volume quieting down. 6 million is pretty low for the amount of volume this was trading at previously in the last couple of days and weeks. And also, it's just a slight pickup here from the bulls, and then it just leveled off. So the question is, did the bulls get exhausted? And that's about it. That's all they had. And the bears are now going to reappear tomorrow or the next coming days? Or are the bulls just resting to go ahead and start to work their way up in this direction, break through the 50-day moving average, and create that staircase effect of getting to newer highs? Obviously, that's the goal, to continue to work their way up. Or are the bears going to reappear and bring this down? So we're going to look at our new cues based off of today's trading day and what to expect for tomorrow. So the 50-day moving average, super important. It's 342. I'd write that down. 342 is the 50-day moving average. As long as we're below it, the bears are in control. The moment we're above it, the bulls are in control. So we're not that far from it. It's a little bit less than literally 20 cents. But anything can happen, right? The bears can reappear and tear this down, or the bulls will continue their momentum. They had momentum here. The question is, do they have momentum here? So resistance is 335. That's the first step for the bulls to get closer to their goal of breaking through the 50-day moving average to get back into bullish territory. So the bulls need to break through 335, turn that into a support, and they still have that small window between 335 and 342 to get back into bullish territory. So that doesn't signify that the bulls have gained control and that they've made it. That's the first step. That's an indicator for us investors to know where this is heading. Now, they stayed above resistance today from yesterday's to today. Now the question is, could they break through this one and pull away from it? That's 335. They need to turn that into a support so they can start to break away from it, reach newer highs, newer resistance levels, and get back into bullish territory. That's the goal. Now, on the other hand, we have what the bears want. We're already in bearish territory. If this support gets broken through, the next support level is $3. As I stated, keep that number in mind. So if 317, which is our support, lowest point reached out of the bearish candlesticks, gets broken through, this could be on its way to newer lows, and I'd pay very close attention to how this stock is reacting. I want to emphasize that to all investors. Pay very close attention to how the stock is reacting, how quickly is it moving further away from the 50-day moving average in a downward direction, and are the bulls even trying to reappear? Because where we're at right now, there's an opportunity for a tug of war between the bulls and the bears. We're not that far from the 50-day moving average, and we're not that far from hitting newer lows. But the thing is, if the bears break through this support, we're already in an advantage for the bears since we're in bearish territory. So if the bears break through 317, that's why I emphasize, pay very close attention to how quickly this is hitting newer lows and pulling away from the 50-day moving average. It's super important to keep that in mind. And the next lowest point is $3. If $3 gets broken through in the next couple of days or weeks, this will see newer lows and new support levels. As always, I hope that you guys find these cues helpful and informative for the next trading day. If you feel encouraged or inclined to subscribe, please do so. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. And don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video. In that video, I discuss about the S&P 500 index and how it's been rising several points on scheduled dates. I put the charts and the dates right there side by side so you guys can see it. I go into more information about it in the video, but just to summarize it, the charts and the dates speak for themselves. And if the S&P 500 index is rising, what does that mean for us as investors? Well, for us as investors, if the S&P 500 index is rising, there's individual ticker symbols rising up with it. Those individual ticker symbols are rising anywhere from 30 cents to $3 per share. And that right there, I know it may not seem like a lot, but per share does add up, and profits are profits. I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm not doing the video to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm just here to enlighten every investor on the great news that there's an opportunity to maximize profits and minimize losses. Click on the video. It should be popping up soon if it hasn't already. Very informative. Hope you guys find it helpful. Check it out. And thank you guys so much for watching. And let's make some money.